Hi, sure. It hope that very important to me. And survive and thrive on the inside. That's got time
Hey Flyers, I'm ready to get.
The high school football season. We're excited to bring you year 17 of Flyer football on LCP TV. Welcome into the pregame show. I'm joined by Andy Klein as the Flyers in a few moments are going to take on a friendly rival from down the highway across I-20 in the St. Frederick's Warriors. It'll be the Battle of the Bishop's Cup. The Flyers took a tough loss last year, 8-6 in a game that everybody calls the Mud Bowl. But, Andy, glad to have you back for another season of
great
Fire
to be
football.
back. Yeah.
So give me your thoughts coming into tonight's action.
So I think the biggest area that I've heard from all of the coaches is the depth of this year's team. We've had talented rosters before, but this year we have the highest enrollment since 2015, and basically it means we have 75 football players. Back in 2021, we were saying, are we going to have enough for a football team? And now we've responded, and we have players that are able to focus one side of the ball, which is definitely going to help us out as we move throughout a tough season.
Yeah, I think that was a big surprise to me in looking at the starting lineup, because for years the old adage of playing football for Loyola was you got to play both ways. You got to play both on offense and defense. But the key to football is the line of scrimmage, and the Flyers are going to have fresh starters on the offensive and the defensive line.
And more importantly, they're going to have experienced starters all across the board. I think when you look at our offense, this is the third year of Bryce Restovich getting snaps under center, and I think that's really going to help him out. He's put a lot of size on this year, got a lot of confidence. Mason Drake is running the heck out of the ball. Very proud of all of his growth throughout the year, throughout his 4-year journey at Loyola. On the defensive side, you got to look at the center of our line. It's as tough as it's ever been, and I think all of our playmakers on the outside are really going to respond to that.
Yeah, and I think John Sella coming into year 2 as a head coach, it's nice to have a proven quarterback under center. Bryce Restovich threw 31 touchdown passes last year. Kind of banged up a little bit. What's the latest on his arm injury?
One thing about Bryce is he's a tough kid, and I'm excited to see how he responds from a little adversity. And if I know Bryce over the last 3 years, he's going to lower his shoulder and he's going to get through it.
And on the other side of the ball, defensively, Hayden Horton back in the linebacker core. What is he going to bring to the Fire defense this year?
He's going to bring stability. This is a third-year starter that's ready to go, that's ready to roll. He loves football. The Mud Bowl last year, I think, was his arriving on the scene of high school football. He made note of it, made a lot of tackles, and he came up in mud and said, man, I love this job. And so that attitude is going to propel our defense, I think, this whole year.
And then the most dangerous plays in high school football, special teams. Last week in the Jamboree, there were a few issues on the special teams side of the ball, breaking in a new kicker and punter this year. What do you expect to see from the special teams tonight?
I think if you look at Coach Mitchell and his philosophy, I think they're going to be as prepared as ever. We learned a lot over the scrimmage in the Jamboree, and I think it's only going to get better as the season progresses.
And this rivalry, St. Frederick's, dates back a long time. It's been heated in years past. What do you know about this St. Frederick's team?
They got a new quarterback this year. They're running the option. If we can contain that quarterback, I think we're going to have a great game.
And, week 1 of the high school football season, always a lot of excitement. Obviously, we'll see the crowd start to fill in. The parking lot, you can't see it behind here, is very full. What's the week been like on campus?
It's just been an exciting week. It's our future flyer night. And, in fact, I think I got to go. But I'm really excited about everything that's coming, and I'm going to leave it with you, Art.
Well, thanks, Andy. We'll have more of Andy throughout the season on the LCP TV pregame show. We're about to send it up to two guys that have been doing this a very long time. David Winkler and John Carmody will call tonight's action from the press box. Stay tuned to LCP TV. We'll bring you all the action, exciting action tonight. I'll be down on the sidelines. We'll have the interview with Coach John Sella at halftime. But, again, we made it through the long days of the summer. It's time for Flyer football on LCP TV.
Thank you, Art, and welcome to the 2025 season of Flyer football on LCP TV. My name's David Winkler, and as always, joined by John Carmody. Art Carmody, you've already heard from this evening, and John, we got a great way to kick off this year. The Bishop's Cup on the line, Loyola versus St. Frederick's. Last year, Loyola was able to make it over to Monroe in bad weather and heavy storms. Played on a sloppy field and unfortunately came out on the short end 8-6, which snapped a 5-game winning streak for the Flyers coming into that game. But tonight's going to be a different story, like Forrest Gump said, life is like a box of chocolates and you don't know what you're going to get. And tonight, I'm not sure any of us know what we're going to get as the Flyers are going to trot out 14 new starters. St. Frederick's, I believe, is in a similar boat. So we're going to have a lot of new faces and new places out there tonight. So this is a game that I think we're all just kind of sitting here waiting to see what unfolds. What do you think, John, in a game like this where you've got two teams that are familiar with each other on an annual basis, at least they've rekindled this rivalry over the last couple of years, but, playing with so many new faces and so much unfamiliarity with their personnel, what are the coaches talking about with their groups right now to get them prepared for tonight?
The first thing, coaching, you want to really talk about with your players is the weather conditions. And this is going to be close to 90 degrees as we kick off here. And as you said, with that many new starters, these are kids who are mentally supposed to be thinking about their plays, but the weather conditions can kind of play havoc on what you think you should be doing. And so with new starters, you have to make sure that you are hydrated, that you know that you need to be hydrated, that you don't get in a situation of cramping. We have seen numerous first season games where cramping has become a problem. And of course, with both of these teams, you have relatively small rosters. It's not like, you have a ton of people to replace these things. So injuries, even if they're temporary and cramps, would be something that could easily change the outcome of the game. So I really am looking for that part of this game. Always in the early parts of the season, I'm looking to see how the weather is going to actually affect the kids.
So, as we mentioned, the Flyers only return three starters on the offense, 8 new faces out there, but fortunately for the Flyers, the veteran quarterback Bryce Restovich will be out there tonight for his junior year. He'll be joined by 2 familiar wide receivers, Jake Black and Brock Jeter. But beyond that, it's all new faces. On the defensive side, there'll be 6 new starters out there. Grant Solomons, Hayden Horton, Alex Mitchell, and Fate Ivy, along with safety Grayson Nunn, all return on a defense that looks like it could be pretty salty if the new faces can hit the ground running here in the first week. The Flyers, after that loss early on last season at St. Frederick's, managed to rally and ended the year 7-5. Before losing in the second round of the Division II select playoffs to Leesville. St. Frederick's went on to go 8-3 before losing in the second round of the Division IV select playoffs 24-7 to Southern Lab. So we're going to get the Flyer entrance right here. And here they are, the 2025 Flyers, and here they are, your starting lineups for tonight's game.
Wyatt Lofton, senior defensive line, Yuri Drive.
Grant Solomons, senior defensive line, First Baptist Middle School.
Bo Blackman, sophomore nose guard, Benton Middle.
Cooper Hurd, senior defensive end, First Baptist.
Hayden Horton, senior linebacker, First Baptist Middle School.
Lake Tyner, senior linebacker, St. Joseph's Middle School.
Fade Ivy, senior strong safety, St. John's.
Alex Mitchell, senior strong safety, First Baptist.
JT Taylor, junior, Bonner, Magnolia.
Blake Herkey, junior cornerback, Caddo Middle Magnet.
Grayson Nunn, senior free safety, Calvary Baptist Academy.
Ryan Sipes, junior, offensive tackle, Southfield.
Johnny Roberts, senior offensive guard, St. Joseph.
Ian Wallace, senior center, Yuri Drive Middle.
Cade Kirby, senior offensive guard, Caddo Middle Magnet.
Bennett Lawson, senior offensive tackle, St. Joseph's.
Jake Black, senior receiver, First Baptist.
Charlie McKenzie, sophomore receiver, First Baptist.
Brock Jeter, junior wide receiver, Calvary.
Ty Walsworth, sophomore receiver, Southfield.
Bryce Restovich, junior quarterback, St. John's.
Yeah, it's really waiting a long time to get back to this, and great to be out here this evening. It's a beautiful night to be out here. Got a good crowd, good start to the season.
Looks like we dodged a little bit of bad weather. There's some storms moving off to our northwest right now, so it looks like we're in for a warm and muggy night. Temperature about 90 degrees right now, expected to dip down into the mid-80s before we're done. Not much breeze tonight, 5 or 6 miles an hour out of the southwest. 16-13 is your series total in favor of the Flyers. Roberts, Lawson, and Drake will be the captains for tonight for the Flyers.
Also, we have honorary captains tonight.
Shepard, Bernard, and Richardson, captains for St. Frederick.
2017, a running back in 2018. In May of 2018, Matthew had a cancer diagnosis. 4 months later, he came back to be the starting running back on the 2018 team and ran for 1,100 yards and 14 touchdowns. Please welcome Matthew Ramsey.
Matthew Ramsey will be the honorary captain for the Flyers. T. Willie Moore, your official.
Yeah, I'd say Matt Ramsey's a good choice to be an honorary captain. Outstanding player in his time. Played with a lot of heart.
White team one, they are going to defer.
Prior to the season, and then to watch him at a running back position play with all the tenacity that he did, he certainly is a quality person to be having as your honorary captain.
Go.
So everybody returns to their respective sidelines, and we're just mere moments away from the kickoff of the 2025 Flyer football season.
Humidity is 67%, wind out the east-northeast at 6 miles an hour.
Cooper Varnador. Yeah, I'm sorry. Is that Varnador?
Kicking off for the Flyers.
Yeah.
Receiving for the Flyers will be number 9, Charlie McKenzie.
It's like Charlie McKenzie, Jake Black, back deep for the Flyers. So the offense will be the first group to get out there and show us what they've been working on.
Well, it's interesting.
All this fall.
St. Fred's probably doesn't have much tape on Charlie McKenzie, but I think we all remember how exciting it was last year. He fielded a one-hopping punt and returned it probably 25, 30 yards as a freshman. It was quite a moment, and sadly, Charlie's season was cut short by an injury, but it's good to see him back out there, and we know he's an outstanding athlete.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of good things about his fall camp, too. Harrison Rutz will kick off for the Warriors. And here we go, Flyer football back for another great season on LCP TV. Sit back, get comfortable. The battle for the Bishop's Cup right out of the gate. And they will kick deep. And that's going to go to Black, and Black with a nice return up to about the 33-yard line. And the Flyers will take over their 1st and 10.
They really had a nice middle wedge right there. And in fact, there's really only one player for St. Fred's to actually stop Jake. Jake made a nice little move, but kind of lost his balance as he was getting past him. That play could have gone for even more yards.
Flyers are going to Come out 2 wide to the top for Restovich. Mason Drake joins him in the backfield. Handoff inside that time goes to Walsworth, and Walsworth looks like he fumbled it, and the officials say he did. So Fredericks is going to take over on the Flyer 41. Good field position for their first possession of the night. Maybe a little nerves there. Walsworth is one heck of a player. Transferred from Calvary last year. He's had to sit out of football for nearly 2 straight years, John. So I'm sure there were some butterflies going right there when he had the first touch of the night.
Well, when he turned upfield, tackle came right on his arm, and they kind of spun him. And as they were spinning him, they were able to rip the ball out.
He's a heck of an athlete, so I expect that we're going to see something good out of him to make up for that one before we're all said and done tonight. First down carry for 4 yards by Riccone.
That's number 34.
Oh, excuse me.
Cooper.
That's Cooper, not Riccone. Sorry.
Really, you could expect that St. Fred's is probably just going to kind of line up and go straight at the Flyers. And the Flyers are, starting out with a 4-man front against them.
Michael Malloy hands off again to Cooper, and the Flyers are able to get to him about a yard shy of the first down and bring up 3rd and 1.
This is really going to be kind of a battle of wills here, because St. Fred's likes to run this ball between the tackles. And, of course, the Flyers have got it kind of stacked up. They have 4 down linemen. Your linebackers have got to get off and make those plays. Right there, Ivy's able to make the play from the strong safety position.
Hayden Horton at the 32, gain of 2, 3rd down and 3.
So they're going to call it 3rd and 3, but it looks like more like a 2, yeah. 3rd down and 2, Malloy under center. This time he's going to hand off to the up man, O'Neal, and O'Neal looks like he's got enough for the first down to the 29-yard line.
Nice job out Lofton and Solomons on the tackle, but they were able to get that extra 1.5 yards that they needed.
Wyatt Lofton made the stop for the Flyers, but not before a Warrior first down. So fresh set of downs here for the Warriors, just getting started. 10 minutes left here in the first quarter. David Winkler, John Carmody. Malloy throws his first pass of the night, and it's complete to the left flat to number 12, Stephen Austin. And it looks like they're going to give him a gain of about 5, make it 2nd and 5.
It was a nice job by J.T. Thomas coming up from the cornerback position and being right there. Again, this is what St. Fred's has always traditionally done. They like to run the football. They like to throw safe passes. They like to be efficient and try to move the chains.
Handoff again goes to O'Neal, and O'Neal is brought down pretty quickly that time. I believe that was Tyner. Yep, sorry.
And again, Tyner's one of the new starters that we talked about, and that's his play right there. They had the tight end lined up, so they're actually running to the weak side of that formation, and he is the weak side linebacker. He's got to be able to make that play.
3rd and 5. Lloyd pitches to Cooper. Cooper's got some space around the outside. He turns the corner, keeps his balance, but looks like they were able to get him out of bounds shy of the goal line. Look, they're going to mark him at the 9, actually, so it'll be 1st and goal from the 9.
Again, the Flyers lost their responsibilities right there on that option. It was really nicely done by St. Fred's. But again, there has to be a cornerback coming up in that position ready to take that pitch.
First and goal from the 9. O'Neal, ball's on the ground, Flyers have it! Flyers have it! St. Frederick's returns the favor, and the Flyers take possession deep in their own territory. Lofton on the recovery for the Flyers. And after all that, no harm, no foul. I don't know if that's how Coach Sell will look at it, but that's how it worked out.
He definitely won't. There's a lot that the Flyers defense has to work on out of that first St. Fred's offensive set. And so, right now they're lucky to get that turnover, but, granted, get the ball back and then make hay with it.
Be interesting to see if they went right back to Walsworth. You really want to get that kind of a weapon involved. Yep, this time they're going to go to McKenzie, and McKenzie's got a lot of room. McKenzie across the 20, down to the 24. First down, Flyers, gain of 14.
Really nice play call right there. It's just a little shallow route.
And
look like there may be a.
Is there a flag? I didn't
down.
see a flag. Do you see a flag?
I didn't see a flag. He threw something down on it, and he's not wearing his hat. So.
Yeah, he throws it.
Huh. Offensive
pass interference, the call against the Flyers. So take away the 14-yard gain by McKenzie and back the Flyers up. Be half the distance from there, so it should be first and about 14.
Well, I don't know how you call offensive pass interference. He threw the ball in the shallow out. I didn't see McKenzie do anything. You might have said one of the receivers, one of the either Black or Walsworth were down there and maybe getting on a block or hold earlier, but I don't know what in the world they saw right there.
Well, they haven't moved the ball. I mean, if it was a penalty, they should have backed him up, correct?
I'm not sure what exactly they called right there.
I'm not sure what it is. Anyway, 1st and 10 from the 9. Restovich looks to throw. Pass is complete. Who was that? Is that Mason Drake, I believe, John? Mason Drake out of the backfield, and he'll pick up 16. So if you don't get it the first time, try again. This time it's Mason Drake for 18 yards, and a Flyer first down.
Really, I like the job that Bennett Lawson did right there, coming back and getting that block that helped free Mason.
Restovich looks right, and he's going to keep it and slide down after a gain of 4 at the 31, make it 2nd and 6.
I don't know what Bryce saw right there, but I really like him tucking it and getting some yards right there. I don't know if that was designed for him to just fake it or if he just did not like the look right out of the bat, but I really like him getting positive yards right there.
Well, we've seen this out of previous Flyer quarterbacks. Jacob Lafitte, perfect example. When about his junior year, he started running a little more effectively and with purpose like that. And if that's something we see out of Restovich this year, he's really going to open up some serious doors for himself. Restovich looks downfield, pass is incomplete. It's a good throw that time. He wanted Jeter, but maybe just a little high. 3rd and 6.
Yeah, I really like that play right there. As they're rolling him out, they had McKenzie running shallow, and so the cornerback has to decide, is he going to come up and play McKenzie? And they were trying to get Brock Jeter behind him, and he actually did. Really, a nice combination right there, but the ball just led just a little bit for Brock.
Retrovich going to roll out to the left and look downfield. He had an open man. Oh, my goodness. Charlie McKenzie was wide open but couldn't hang on. Would have been a first down, but instead the Flyer special teams units will come on out to the field and they'll punt it away.
Again, another nice play call right there. Charlie was open on the out. One of the things that's really interesting goes back to that first play. That first play getting 4 yards really allowed that play to develop where you had the really shallow out is a nice play call. And that's, again, the effectiveness of what Bryce might be able to do with his feet in this game.
Alex Mitchell set to punt right here. Stands on his own. He lets it go at the 24. That ball land on the 38 and roll all the way down to the 20-yard line. So let's see, John, it's a 49er. An Alex Mitchell 49er, not bad for your first punt, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, that ball kind of had a semi-spiral as it was going down, and you really felt like once it hit, it really might kick. So really nice job on Alex's part.
It's like his dad was a kicker or something. So the Flyer defense back out onto the field. Warriors have it 1st and 10 from their own 20. Last possession, they had it all the way deep into Flyer territory inside the 10, but fumbled and gave the Flyers the possession back. Malloy's going to keep that, and then he's going to pitch it to Cooper. Cooper again with room around the left side. Flyers need to make a tackle, and they finally do get him out of bounds at the 32, so it's a gain of 12 and a Warrior first down. So far, they've really worn out the right-hand side, John.
Well, not only that little option right there. So Hayden Horton's coming up, and they're pitching at the right time. So the strong safety in the corners, and they're talking about it right now. That is their play on that pitch, and they've got to be there to take it. That was Fade Ivy out there on that outside along with Herky.
Hand off that time to O'Neal. He'll get to the 35 for a gain of 3. Make it 2nd down and 7.
Again, this is the effectiveness of what St. Frederick's does. I mean, they're using the dive, they're using the option. They run the quarterback, they've used the pitch, and so they're making the Flyers respect every aspect of it.
Second and 7. Flyer defense trying to find their footing right now. Handoff. I believe that is O'Neal again. Yes, it is, and he'll get maybe a yard, make it 3rd and 6. Salmon's on the tackle along with Horton. Timeout on the field. And so we'll take our first timeout of the year, too. 6 minutes left here in the first quarter, no score. You're watching Flyer football on LCP TV.
At Christus Health, something very important drives us to keep pushing the boundaries of medicine and care with new technologies and programs. It's the reason we continue to expand into new communities each year, bringing more physicians, more services, and more care closer to more people. So what could be that important? You. Your health, your life, our purpose. Christus Health.
How does your bank define local? At Home Federal, it means being here in Shreveport and Bossier since the doors opened in 1924. It means surviving and thriving alongside our customers through the good times and
3rd and 6 for the Warriors as we come back here at Messmer Stadium. No score. Boy fakes the handoff, he looks downfield, passes incomplete, just not a very good pass that time. He wanted O'Neal, but there is a flag on the play. Near side, right in front of the Flyer sideline. Couldn't quite see what the signal was right there, John.
Still haven't seen it either.
They're going to wave it off, so that'll bring up 4th and 6. And St. Frederick looks like they're going to punt it away.
Flag is raised up. 4th down. McKenzie and Black back to receive.
Concept St. Frederick's out in the fire play. They pulled the ball. They did the same thing on this play. Thinking the Flyers might flow with that. Flyers did a good job of getting upfield and getting in the quarterback's face and making him earlier than he wanted to.
McKenzie and Black back to receive for the Flyers. Turpin with an end-over-end punt down to the Flyers 18-yard line, and that's where the Flyers will have it 1st and 10.
Seem to see a repeating habits here. Fumbles, kicking the ball to the 20s. You know, it looks like it's the same story back and forth.
You definitely get the impression from the first couple of possessions for the Flyers that once they kind of get their feet underneath them, they should be able to move the ball against the St. Frederick's defense. They've had plenty of wide open players out in the secondary, just haven't been able to hang on to the ball or made a big mistake putting the ball on the floor or just dropping it. So once we kind of clean that up, the Flyers should be able to move the ball. Drake's going to take the handoff that time, and he's going to be stopped right about the line of scrimmage. On that, maybe picked up a yard. We'll give him a yard, make it 2nd and 9.
Daryl Cooper,
Yeah, it is important to state that this offensive line is completely new. This is their first game, their first as a unit. And so, you know, this is a learning process for them. It's one thing to get out there and practice and run the plays. But having a live defense, it's stunning, doing different things. You know, you have to have, you know, your head on.
Rusevich looks to throw. Pass is incomplete again. Again, a drop by a Flyer receiver. This time it was Jeter, and that'll bring up 3rd and 10. But yeah, to your point, John, it is a new offensive line, but it's 4 seniors and a junior, so it's a veteran new offensive line. And I know Coach Sella hopes that they'll gel quickly with all that experience behind them.
And you can tell, I mean, the Flyers think that they can pass on St. Perez. And as you said, I mean, a lot of drops. Of course, the weather conditions may have something to do with that.
An obvious passing situation right here, and Rusevich is going to go down. St. Frederick's brought the blitz, and they got there. It's going to be a loss of 7 on the play, down to the 12, and make it 4th and 16. There's that experience really showing up right there, John. Flyer offensive line gives up their first sack of the year.
Well, I mean, it just shows you what drop passes can do for you. If you're going to try to live and die by throwing the ball, you got to catch it. Even if it's for 4 or 5 yards, it's efficient.
Austin back to receive just shy of midfield. That ball is going to hit on the 45 and roll back to the 42, and that's where the Flyers will have it 1st and 10. That was Ty Walsworth punting that time. Looks like Coach Mitchell wants to see a couple of different guys take that role on, still trying to kind of figure out where he wants to go with that position. We got a timeout on the field, 4:09 left here in the first. Still no score at Mesmer Stadium. You're watching Flyer Football on LCP TV.
Program, it's underneath the stands.
Back. 1st and 10, St. Fred's from the 42. Malloy's pass is incomplete. He wanted Archer Ashbrook.
Malloy's pass incomplete. 2nd and 10.
That'll make it 2nd down and 10.
There was late tire coming up. couldn't throw.
Passes incomplete again, Flyer defense. Great job. That was Fade Ivy that got there quickly, breaking up the pass intended for Harrison Rutz. Big third down here for the Flyers. Got a chance to get the ball back. 3rd and 10. Handoff to O'Neal. And O'Neal fights his way down to the 35. But that's going to be about 3 yards shy of a first. But considering where they are on the field, they may be tempted to go for it.
That's exactly why they did the dive right there, David. They knew that they were going for it on 4th down from that play call right there. Throw the option. The quarterback keeps it or you pitch it, something goes bad. Get that dive going forward, gives you the opportunity for this 4th down play.
Warriors lead the 32 for a first. Handoff inside again to O'Neal, but the Flyer defense stones him at the 34, and they're going to get the ball back. Great job that time by the Flyers, swarming to the ball. Multiple Flyers in on the tackle.
Yeah, it looked like Wyatt Lofton and Hayden Horton really did a fantastic job of standing him up. He had a crease and he had forward momentum, and they were strong enough to stand him up and drive him back.
Great job that time standing up by the Flyer defense. Gets the ball back to the offense. It's looked a little shaky so far, but you just get the feeling that they're waiting to burst out here at any moment, John.
Well, they need to string together positive plays. Right now, we've seen a lot of plays that are just going 0 yards. The Flyers need to move the chain.
Drake's going to take that one, and he's going to fight across the 40 down to the 43-yard line. Mason Drake just doing that one after he got through a great hole. Did the rest of it by himself. 9-yard gain.
That's a gain of 9 for Mason.
I think it's 2nd and 1, and the playbook is wide open right here.
And then you get a play. They got people on the field. There you go. They got to call timeout. Good. Good timeout on St. Fred's play.
St. Frederick calls the timeout to avoid the penalty, which would have led to a Flyer first down. And we'll take another timeout too. 2:39 left here in the first. No score. You're watching Flyer football on LCP TV.
At Christus Health, something very important drives us to keep pushing the boundaries of medicine and care with new technologies and programs. It's the reason we continue to expand into new communities each year, bringing more physicians, more services, and more care closer to more people. So what could be that important? You. Your health, your life, our purpose. Christus Health.
How does your bank define local? At Home Federal, it means being here in Shreveport and Bossier since the doors opened in 1924. It means surviving.
2nd down and 1. Go to the Flyers as we resume action here at Mesper. Resnick's looking to throw this one, and he's just going to tuck it and run, slide. He's got the first. He gets it up to the 46. That's a 3-yard gain. First down.
I really like that. I mean, Bryce did a very nice job of getting down, getting first down, getting down. That's all he needed right there. It was nice. He had a trips formation to the left, and man, Jake Black over here on the right. And they've got 2 coverage in the back. Jake's got space over here on the right by himself, basically, if Bryce looks to his right.
Rechevich has to eat that one. Man, the Warriors got in there quick that time. Big number 72, J.P. Hayes with the pressure. End up being a 11-yard loss, make it second and 21.
Again, that was a really nicely timed blitz by St. Fred. As you said, it came in so fast that Bryce had nothing but just to eat the football.
Got him to jump that time. Maybe they'll get about 5 of that back. That's exactly what it's going to be.
Phillies offsides on the Warriors.
Second and 16 now for the Flyers from the 40.
Excuse me, second and 16.
That pass is complete. Across midfield down to the 48-yard line to Charlie McKenzie. And that'll set up a third manageable now. Be third and about a long 3.
I like that play call. Charlie really got it field quick once he made the catch. He got 2 nice blocks from Jeter and Walsworth.
Mason Drake, another hard run across the 35 down to the 33. 14 yards on the gain and a Flyer first down.
Nice job by Mason Drake, waiting for the block and then accelerating through and then running the power towards the end of the run.
That's the pitch. Kick pass out to the right. That's Jake Black. Big move. Touchdown. Flyers. Jake Black for 33 from Restovich. And the Flyers lead it 6-0.
I really like that. I just talked about how Jake is out there on that right-hand side. He gave the ball out there earlier and let his athleticism take care of the rest.
Just knew once the Flyers kind of got their feet underneath them, good things were going to happen. I think we saw it right there. Nice bounce on that drive, John. Capped off by a 33-yard touchdown pass from Restovich to Black. And I'm sure that's a combination we're going to hear a lot this year.
Yeah, but, you saw Charlie McKenzie's athleticism, and then you saw Jake Black's athleticism as well as Mason Drake's running the ball.
Barnador set to attempt the extra point. And it was a bad snap. Barnard tried to get it off and he didn't. He got blocked. And we're going to go down to Art Carmody on the sideline.
Extra point is no good. Your score with 35 seconds to go in the quarter is Loyola 6, St. Frederick 0.
Hey guys, it's been kind of a slow start. A lot of punts back and forth, a lot of kind of sloppy football and some penalties, but the Flyers finally get on the board first and put the pressure back on St. Fred's. We got a good one here at Messer Stadium. Back to you guys.
All right, welcome back. Flyers take the early lead. 35 seconds left here in the first. Missed extra point leads to a 6-0 lead for the Flyers. Bobbled. And the Flyer coverage team does their job. They're going to have it down at the Warrior 26, it looks like. And that's when they'll have it first and 10.
I didn't see it, but I think there was something about the timing of that extra point. officials, there seemed to be some confusion because the Flyer coaches are really getting a long conversation about what happened, and I don't think they've liked any of the excuses they've got so far.
When'd you know you had it?
First and 10 from the 26 for the Warriors.
That last defender.
Malloy pitches to Cooper for what's been the most successful play of the night for them. For the first two times they tried it. This time the Flyer defense does a much better job and knocks Cooper out of bounds after a gain of about 3.
Really what we talked about before in that pitch, the cornerbacks have to come up, and that's exactly what Cooper did. He saw that it was an option, he read the play, he knew that he had the pitch man, came up on the pitch, he was right there.
Flag on the play. Near sideline again. Let's see what this one is.
There is a flag on the play.
Motion penalty against St. Frederick.
We'll try into 2nd and 12.
Official saw somebody flinch down there. Move it back to the 24-yard line. Make it 2nd down and 12. Go to Cooper. He's going to put it on the ground, but it bounces right back in his hand. Flyers better get a handle on him. They haven't so far yet. One man to beat. Good job that time. Finally, that was TJ and JT Taylor that finally tracked him down. But Cooper got a very, very fortunate bounce of the football that came right back up into his arms. They managed to turn it into the biggest play of the night for St. Frederick.
Yeah, really, that's the backside quarterback coming and making that play.
1st and 10, St. Frederick.
Outstanding effort
At the
on Jason Taylor's part, but St. Fred's good, and they had a concept out left, and they were able to get on those blocks and lock it down. The linebackers have to be able to flow and be able to make that play.
After the Flyers stymied Cooper on the right side, they just came left, and he got the biggest game of the night. This time, handoff goes to Arthur Ashbrook, and Ashbrook will pick up 2 yards on the carry, make it 2nd and 8.
Ashbrook carries.
And that will also be the end of the first quarter. Up and down, and the Flyers finally cashed it in on their last possession with a 33-yard touchdown pass from Restovich to Black, and that's where we stand right now. Into the first, Flyers lead at 6-0. You're watching Flyer football on LCP TV.
At Christus Health, something very important drives us to keep pushing the boundaries of medicine and care with new technologies and programs. It's the reason we continue to expand into new communities each year, bringing more physicians, more services, and more care closer to more people. So what could be that important? You. Your health, your life, our purpose. Christus Health.
How does your bank define local? At Home Federal, it means being here in Shreveport and Bossier since the doors opened in 1924. It means surviving and thriving alongside our customers through the good times and the bad. Since our beginning, Home Federal has been a part of Shreveport Bossier. Our roots are here. Our headquarters are here. Decisions are made here. That's how we define local. Home Federal Bank, a better way.
about the 12-yard line, but Malloy just couldn't get it there. He wanted number 21, Clayton Turpin.
Yeah, he really needed to return it.
Krista's help about to be the officials up here for Loyola College Prep. An injury to recovery. For everyday healthcare needs. Krista's help provides healthcare. Second half of 18. Right here.
3rd and 8. Flyer defense again doing a nice job that time, holding Ashbrook to a 3-yard gain. It'll set up another 3rd and medium. And it looks like this time, let's see, they're going to go for it again, or are they going to try to kick a field goal here? Looks like they're setting up for a 40-yard field goal.
That was a really nice job by Alex Mitchell right there, taking on the lead block, turning the running back in so that the Flyer pursue and make the tackle.
Runs for the 40-yard kick. Flyers almost got there, and no good. Looks like it was a little bit right, and the Flyers dodge that bullet, and they'll take over 1st down on their own 23.
But you just said it, David. Dodge the bullet. Right now, you really have got to instill your will. You know, as you talked about, the last drive was a good drive. Together. You got to show St. Frederick's who you are. This is the time. Start the second quarter. You got your sea legs underneath you. A quarter of the first season. Now's the time to instill your will.
Restovich throwing on 1st down, incomplete. He wanted Walsworth.
Second down and
too far out of his outstretched arm.
Again, that was kind of the same play they ran before, where they're running that shallow out. But really, Charlie McKenzie kind of went low in the middle. St. Fred's defensive flow towards that little flat pass, and McKenzie was open in the middle.
That pass is complete up to the 26 to Ty Walsworth. That time they were able to connect. The brothers-in-law. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Again, it's nice to see Walsworth get his first catch. He's on to run the ball the first time. Here's his first catch of his career. Nicely out. Gets good underneath you. A chance to move the chains.
Should have said step up. 3rd and 4. Westford's going to keep this one. He better get rid of it. He does. Pass is complete to Jeter across the 35, down to the 36 for a 1st down.
Really,
gain of 10.
A very nice job by Brock Jeter. He knew that because that play had lasted as long as it did, that he's going to have to take a shot. And he went up, got the ball, expected to hit, and held on to the football.
The 1st and 10, Flyers moving a little more quickly right now. Handoff goes to Drake. Drake with a nice hole. Drake breaks a couple of tackles across midfield, down to the St. Frederick's 46. Another Flyer 1st down. Gain of 18.
All right, that is vintage Mason Drake right there. Waited for his block, used his little jump step to the left, accelerated, then that with power. I mean, I've said it already once today. That's the way he runs.
Drake again. Drake with another nice hold. Drake breaks through Mason Drake. He could go all the way, and he will. Mason Drake, touchdown Flyers. 46 yards to extend the Flyer lead to 12-0.
That's instilling your will.
I tell you what, we talked about the new offensive line, John, and that time 2 plays in a row they opened up cavernous holes for Mason Drake, and he took advantage.
But think about how important it was for Brock Jeter to make that little catch, how important it was for Walsworth to make his 6-yard catch. That opens up the football field for him. Really a nice job. That's not what was happening in the first quarter.
And Vornador's kick is good. So new score here. 9:45 left here in the second quarter. Flyers 13, St. Frederick 0. We're going to go to Art Harmony on the sideline.
Guys, you've just been waiting for the Flyers to break a big play on offense. They're able to capitalize off the missed field goal, but the coaches were kind of frustrated with the way things were going early on, knowing that the play calls were going to work. We saw it. Mason Drake takes it to the house. And, guys, great atmosphere down here. It's loud. The band's making things loud down here, so it's a great home field advantage for the Flyers. Back to you guys.
Welcome back. Flyers extend the lead to 13-0. A 46-yard touchdown run by Mason Drake. Vornador set to kick it off. The new Flyer drum corps banging away down here. Sounds great. That kick will be fielded at the 15-yard line. But I'll tell you what, the Flyer special teams unit does a great job. They bring down Colby Remington that time after only about a 3-yard return.
That was Dominic Renata and Joshua Lafitte kind of coming and clean it up.
A run play to the right, and I saw a hole to the left, so you know I had to cut back and take that back for 6.
First time I've seen
I was waiting on it. I knew it was coming. We're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep doing what we do.
They seem very subdued. Now you're actually seeing start getting the floor and getting excited up there.
Warriors start from their own 19 this time. Could be a handoff to O'Neal. He's got a nice carry. He'll take it up to the 29, and that'll be should be a first down. Gain of 10, maybe 11. Let's see. They haven't signaled the move to change quite yet.
Ball spotted at the 28-yard line.
28,
That's a gain of 9.
Second and 1.
Second down and 1.
To Ashbrook, who's taken.
That's Archer Ashbrook on the ball carry.
3 or 4 of the last run plays, John. Going on with the starting run.
Gain of 2 to 30. That's a first down.
Safe on in this game.
Reminder, the tennis ball toss at halftime will be sponsored by.
You see signs of that, especially with so many new faces on defense.
Moore looks to throw, pass is incomplete. That time it was low. He wanted Rutz.
Thrown up by Blake Herkey.
Herkey on the stop that time for the Flyers. Breakup. Second and 10. Great crowd tonight here at Mesmer Stadium. Future Flyer night. Stands are packed. Even kind of some overflow out onto the standing room area. Love to see this last season. Second down, 10, and there's the aforementioned Cooper. And this time the Flyer defense just stops him Ball came out, but the whistle was blown before that, so the Warriors will maintain control. It'll be 3rd and about 8.
So they've been having a lot of success out of that twins formation, kind of pitching out, trying to get to the corner. Right there, Fade Ivy is a strong safety on that side, and he is able to come off of his block and lead the running back and allow the rest of the defense to flow. That is the way you have to play those twin sets.
Warriors need the 40. Boy's going to keep this one. He'll get close. Let's see if the official gave him where he fell down. Boy, the nose of the ball has got to be right there.
Woo, that's a favorable spot.
A really generous spot, and that will be good enough for a first down.
I'm sure he got the 40.
I think it would, yes. Running joke over the last decade. The officials at the high school level seem like they're allergic to measurements.
Yeah, that was a favorable spot. I didn't think he got to the 40, but maybe that ball was sneaking forward.
First and 10 Warriors from the 40. Trying to string something together here before halftime. Cooper takes the pitch and he'll be hauled down after a gain of about 3. Ran into the back of his own man, kind of stopped his momentum.
I'll tell you why he ran into the back of his own man. Alex Mitchell kind of blew up his blocker, and Joshua Lee came and he took on another blocker and kind of blew up the hole that he was trying to run in.
All right, let's give it up to the St. Joseph Falcon cheerleaders.
Second down and 9. 6 minutes, 19 seconds left here in the second quarter. Flyers lead it 13-0. Had a missed extra point on the first conversion attempt. Led to the odd number. Second and 9, and the officials. So we're going to have an official timeout at the 6 minute mark. 13-0 your score here in the second. Flyers with the early lead. We'll be right back. You're watching Flyer Football on LCP TV.
At Christus Health, something very important drives us to keep pushing the boundaries of medicine and care with new technologies and programs. It's the reason we continue to expand into new communities each year, bringing more physicians, more services, and more care closer to more people. So what could be that important? You. Your health, your life, our purpose. Christus Health.
How does your bank define local? At Home Federal, it means being here in Shreveport and Bossier since the doors opened in 1924. It means surviving and thriving alongside our customers through the good times and the bad. Since our beginning, Home Federal has been a part of Shreveport Bossier. Our roots are here. Our headquarters are here. Decisions are made here. That's how we define local. Home Federal Bank, a better way.
Welcome back. Second and 9 as we return here to Mashburn. Late second quarter. Warriors trying to put some points on the board before halftime. And somebody moved. Let's see who it is. Warriors are clapping. Flyers are clapping. Officials are conversing. They're going to call offsides against Loyola.
We'll make it second down and 3.
Make it second and 3 now.
47. And actually a 6-yard penalty makes it to the 48, second and 2.
Boy, looking deep. He's taking a shot. He's got a man. That pass is incomplete, I'll tell you what.
This is incomplete along the far side.
Probably probably a very happy man. He didn't hang on to that one because he was open. I think it's 3rd down and 3 now.
I like that play call again. Whether the Flyers are playing defensively, you're trying to challenge the quarterbacks. A nice play call, a nice throw. Supposed to be a long completion.
So 3rd and 3. Ashbrook still in the backfield, along with O'Neal for the Warriors. Ashbrook's going to get the carry, and Ashbrook is not going to get there. Matter of fact, I'm not even sure he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Great job by the Flyer defense. That was Fade Ivy.
Exactly. No, that's right. Fade Ivy is the one who kind of stood him up. And then Cooper Hurd from the backside defensive end position came back to make that play. Really a nice effort by Hurd.
Turpin set the punt. Black and McKenzie been the returners all night for the Flyers. Back to receive. Tell you what, Jeter got a quick start right there. And that's going to be McKenzie. McKenzie's got some room. McKenzie gets tripped up at the 39. There is a flag. That may be a hold against the Flyer return team. I tell you what, Charlie McKenzie was a shoestring away from taking that one to the house.
I'm telling you, that was what we saw last year. The game that Charlie fielded that long bounce. And the other time it was a high bounce. This one was a roller. And so nice job of picking that up.
The return was to the 45, pending the flag. .26 yards on the return.
Holding against both teams, offsetting penalties. Means we will re-kick.
Yeah, I was about to say, they're going to make them kick it again.
That worked out better for the Warriors than it did for the Flyers.
It really did. And the thing that the Flyers really need to be careful about is them drawing them off sides here. You have 4th and less than 5, and you can imagine that in this situation you might consider that they might come with a hard count. I hope that the Flyers kind of playing a little safe return here.
It looked like Jeter was
dangerous
in the gray area in that last play. Try this again. Everybody held their ground that time. Looks like they're just going to let that one roll dead. And the Flyers will have it 1st and 10 from their own 25 with 4:43 left here in the first half.
Flyers will take over at the 25-yard line. That's a 28-yard punt.
I think that Coach Mitchell might have a little discussion with Holden Larimore about being anywhere near a ball that's still alive that's trying to be down. So
young Holden seeing his first taste of action tonight too. Plenty to learn for a lot of these young players. 25. Restovich looks to throw, pass is complete to Jeter at the 23. He'll break 2 tackles across the 30 down to the 31, and that'll be a gain of 6, make it 2nd down and 4.
Nice job by Jeter. A really nice block out there on McKenzie to get that block and allow that little seam to allow Jeter to get upfield and kind of run with some power.
Flyers back to the line quickly. Time the handoff goes to Drake, who's had a couple nice runs, and this is another one. Mason Drake across midfield down to the 48-yard line, I believe. That's going to be a gain of 16, a gain of 17 to the 47. 22 yards and a Flyer first down.
Nice job on the outside by Brock Jeter turning the defender out, and Mason seeing it and running inside and gaining another 10 yards.
First and 10 from the Warrior 47. Pass is complete this time to McKenzie. He'll be forced out of bounds, which will stop the clock. Or get it down to the 39. That's a pickup of 7. Make it third and 3.
Yeah, very efficient pass right there.
Excuse me, second. Mason Drake, he'll pick up the first. That's about it. Get it down to the 36. The clock continues to move. Now it'll stop as they move the chains.
First down for the Flyers.
I really like the way they're mixing in the first down passes and are very efficient, moving the chains, setting Mason up for his runs, making St. Frederick's respect the time of the field.
First and 10, 3:20 left here in the first half. Flyers looking to add to their lead. Nice movement in the pocket by Restovich. He's got him in. Touchdown! Flyers in the back of the end zone. I believe that is Ty Walsworth on the reception. His first touchdown of his Flyer career. 36 yards. On the completion, Restovich to Walsworth, and the Flyers extend the lead to 19-0.
Nice job right there by Bryce. You know, I don't know how many options that play actually have. But having Walsworth go deep after you run a bunch of shallow plays, it's really smart play calling, but the play needed to be extended. And Bryce did a nice job. Almost broke the line of scrimmage.
Extra point is good. Flyers now lead at 20-0. We're going to go down to Art Carmody. Art.
Restovich doing a great job buying time in the pocket. It's a wide open receiver to extend this lead right before the halftime. And guys, the Flyers defense is making St. Frederick's really think about trying to run the ball. St. Frederick's can't do anything on the ground the way this Flyers defensive line has come alive in the second quarter. We'll see what they can do right before the half. Back to you guys.
Flyer offense, after a slow start, woken up. The sleeping giant is awake now, and the Flyers lead it 20-0. And how they've gone about their business is what's most impressive. Nice balance of run and pass by the Flyer offense. Barnador will kick, and the kick will be fielded at the St. Frederick's 19-yard line. Remington, and Remington will get it up to the 26, so a gain of 7. And St. Frederick's will have 3 minutes and 6 seconds left to try to put something on the board.
And there's that kid again, Dominic Renata, being the first one down there.
Got to be a little careful here, because at least from what we've seen so far, it does not look like they're a team who's going to be able to beat you throwing the ball all over the field.
I mean, St. Frederick's, you really might go back to what you were doing in the first quarter, which is being just basic.
This time, O'Neal's going to take it, and he'll get nothing, so maybe a yard. They're going to give him a yard to make it second down and 9.
Really nice job by Cooper Hurd right there, standing them up.
Ball at the
We're going to have one last
8-yard line. There's
officials timeout, so we'll be right back after this quick break. 20-0 your score. You're watching Flyer football on LCP TV.
How does your bank define local? At Home Federal, it means being here in Shreveport and Bossier since the doors opened in 1924. It means surviving and thriving alongside our customers through the good times and the bad. Since our beginning, Home Federal has been a part of Shreveport Bossier. Our roots are here. Our headquarters are here. Decisions are made here. That's how we define local. Home Federal Bank, a better way.
Second and 9. Takes the pitch. He's got a nice little hole, breaks a tackle, and gets it up to the 34.
Grayson Nunn.
A gain of 6 before Grayson Nunn brings him down.
Nice job by Grayson Nunn come flying up to be able to make that play. If he doesn't make that tackle, he is still running.
It'll be 3rd down and 2.
3rd and 2 after the Cooper run. 2 minutes, 32 seconds left here in the first half. Flyers leading comfortably at this point, 20-0.
Let's give a big round of applause to our pipeline.
St. Frederick wants to talk about it. So John, 2 minutes left here in the first half. Flyers lead it comfortably. St. Frederick's faces a 3rd and short right here. They haven't really shown any real ability to get the ball quickly. How you playing this with your Flyers?
Well, if I'm St. Frederick, I'm looking at my option. I'm looking at my option. They've been effective on their dives, at least getting 2 or 3 yards. And the thing you don't want to do right here for St. Fred's is to have this punt and let the Flyers have essentially a chance at a 2-minute offense. So you want to keep this drive going purely to get out of the second quarter and to hopefully get the ball down the field a little bit. And so the play call really does need to be efficient there. And I would be surprised if they're not going with the option, looking at the dive.
3rd and really a long 2. Pitch goes to O'Neal, and O'Neal will get it to the 37. And that's going to be good enough for a first down. Grayson Nunn brought him down for the Flyers.
At the 37, gain of 3.
At this point, the clock is probably a bigger enemy than their field position. The Warriors fan.
Nice play again by Grayson Nunn coming up in the safety position to make that tackle. I like the play call. I would have run the option, elected for the pitch, which again, the Flyers in a bad position.
Let this one go. He rolls out to his right. He's under pressure. He's down. They're going to call it a fumble. And the Flyers, let's see right. Yes, they've got it. The Flyers tracking down and recover the fumble after the big hit. And they're going to have enough time to maybe add to this lead before halftime. No, now they're going to. Whoa, they're going to come back and call it incomplete. Whoa.
Really nice play.
Where's instant replay when you need it, John?
I don't know what. That's okay, man. It's that's really nice to work there. It goes back to what we were talking about. I usually do something running that way. You're gonna roll out and you're gonna go this football. Last thing we did was have a disaster and move for short period for the Flyers. They were doing a good job of just looking to get first downs, but now you've wasted one of those 3 downs to try to move towards the first down marker.
Maybe I just didn't see it right. Your eyes were certainly better than mine. Didn't that pass look like it was backwards anyway? Was that a forward pass? In which case it should have been a fumble either way.
Pass incomplete. 3rd and 10.
Incomplete, 3rd and 10, minute 15 left. Flyers still have a chance to get it back right here.
So you are right, David. The ball went backwards. Again, it's the head referee's call. he's back there, so he's the one who made the call.
If the Flyers can get a quick stop here, they'll have around a minute left. And we've seen how quickly they can put points on the board. Nice run that time by Luke Riccone. First carry of the night for Riccone. And he'll get it all the way down to the Flyer. Looks like they're going to call it the
Luke Riccone, the ball carrier.
Official ran down to the 6. He wasn't even near the 6.
That's a second.
Now they're going to stop it at 9.
52 yards.
52 yards on the carry.
1st and 10.
And it's like that caught the Flyers a little bit off guard.
That's the second time that JT Taylor has saved a touchdown from the backside. And again, that's that guy. He just found a hole and the Flyers over pursued.
So just like that, we go from Flyers with an opportunity to get the ball back to St. Frederick's knocking on the door. And this time, they're just going to walk right in. That's a touchdown for Archer Ashbrook.
11-yard touchdown run.
That should not happen. I mean, you have to dive. Your linebackers have to be there.
Imagine Coach Sull's going to have some choice words for that.
Extra point attempt by Harrison.
Pair of plays when they get back to the locker room.
I mean, once he broke the line, there was nothing there. So, I'm sure that the Flyer coaching staff is going to be looking at that.
Well, and that's kind of a hallmark of a young team, right? They can look fantastic and do some really dumb stuff back to back. They have to learn. Sometimes you have to make those kind of mistakes to learn and correct them for the next time. And hopefully that's how that'll go. So,
the thing about it is, when you have 4 down linemen, you've got St. Fred's is essentially lining up the tight end at every play call. So you've got 6 linemen that are there blocking 4 down linemen. Your linebackers have to be able to come up and make plays.
You'd like to thank Chris for Shreveport Boys.
So defensive line for the Flyers will have no problem with.
Keeping our athletes safe and healthy on and off the
They
field.
can take away those dives.
it'll be an interesting decision for St. Frederick's. Will they risk kicking it deep to two guys that could put a big return on them, or even giving the Flyers pretty good field position on offense? They could go down and at least get in field goal range with 2 passes, which Restovich and his receiving corps are easily capable of. That's why they play this game. We shall see what they decide to do right here. Ty Walsworth. I'll tell you what, that's another dude you do not want to kick it to if you're worried about speed. And goodbye, Ty Walsworth. Right on cue. You're making me look good, Walsworth. Touchdown, Flyers! Ty Walsworth. Not exactly sure how far that was, John. We're going to call it 79 thanks to J.J. Marshall's keen eyes. And the Flyers don't waste any time getting the score right back.
Well, he had about 35 yards. He went from the left to the right hash all the way to the left sideline. So, That was a long run, and he was cooking it down that sideline.
Barnador to attempt the extra point. Kick is good. So 23 seconds left here in the first. Flyers now lead it again by 27-7. And let's see if Art is going to have something to say. It doesn't look like it. Okay, so we'll wait to hear from Art at halftime.
Hey, what'd you see when you go around?
23 seconds left.
I got around the corner, I saw the end zone.
Todd Walls was showing a little bit about what he's going to be able to do for the Flyers this year.
You know what's interesting is that Tim Brewer junior back, Lywall was the Loyola and both are very talented. So it opens up the field when you have guys that can go deep, run quick routes, have good hands. So it gives the coaching staff a lot of options.
The kick will be fielded on the 20. Nice return by St. Frederick. That comes spinning out of tackles is Colby Remington. He'll get it up to the...
That's Remington on the return, tackled by Taylor.
Marking out at the 44. Taylor brought him down. So 17 seconds is what the Warriors have to work with
24-yard return
from their own 44.
First and 10, St. Frederick.
That's not what Coach Mitchell wanted right there.
It's on 44.
We're lucky that wasn't even a bigger play.
Try that same play that they broke for the long run last time, or close to it. But this time it was a
here. Ivy and Horton make the
5 yards for the Flyers to
at the
take
49
that, and that'll be the end of the first half. Clock hit 0. Your score here at halftime: Flyers 27, St. Frederick 7. And we're going to go down to Art Carmody in just a minute. He's going to have it should be a fairly pleasant conversation with Coach Self.
Health, something very important drives us to keep pushing the boundaries of medicine and care with new technologies and programs. It's the reason we continue to expand into new communities each year, bringing more physicians, more services, and more care closer to more people. So what could be that important? You. Your health, your life, our purpose.
And now let's give it up to our varsity Loyola cheerleaders. As they perform their routine.
At Christus Health, something very important drives us to keep pushing the boundaries of medicine and care with new technologies and programs. It's the reason we continue to expand into new communities each year, bringing more physicians, more services, and more care closer to more people. So what could be that important? You. Your health, your life, our purpose. Christus Health.
Welcome back to LCB TV Halftime Show. I'm joined by Athletic Director and Head Boys Basketball Coach Ben Schoenfarber. Ben, great to see you.
Good to see you as well, Art.
Give me a kind of a synopsis on the first few weeks of the school year and what you're seeing from kind of all the athletic programs.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been a solid start to the school year. We kicked off really both volleyball and football seasons this week, and volleyball had a strong outing against Burton, and they really had a really good outing against Providence. Football's doing really well so far, and so cross country's coming up tomorrow, and then we start swimming next week. So we're excited. Everything's really kicking into high gear.
And boys basketball, you went through a summer program. You kind of had some workouts so far this fall. What are you seeing from your team?
Yeah, no, I like the energy, the enthusiasm. We really compete and practice every day, and they do a great job of trying to do what we ask them to do, and they've had great attitude so far, and we're just looking forward to actually getting to play somebody else other than ourselves.
Yeah, so when's the first kind of scrimmage season start?
So our first scrimmage will be the first week of November, and then we'll hit first regular season game on November 18th.
And tell us about some players that maybe are back from last year, and maybe some new guys you're looking forward to, at least the Fire fans should look forward to seeing.
Okay, we have Taylor Brown coming back, who had a really good junior season, and we're looking forward to seeing how he continues to grow. Easton Baker as well. Both of them were all-district, not only mentioned last year, with I believe Easton being an all-district selection the year before as a sophomore. And then we've got some newcomers. I think Ty Walsworth was ineligible last year. We're excited that Bryce Rustovich is coming back as well as a junior. And then we've got some other kids that are coming into the program. Hopefully we can just hit it on all cylinders and hit it going.
And a guy familiar to Loyola basketball fans, Coach Kevin Hosky, he's back in the program, right?
Yes, he is. We're excited to have him back. He's been a huge help so far. He's got great energy. He's great with the guys. He just brings a different element, a different feel to the program, which we've sort of missed.
What's the vibe like around campus with a guy like Coach Kyle Tanner, a legend of the coaching profession, a guy that everybody looks up to, a guy that everybody strives to be? What's it like working with him on a daily basis?
It's really just a blessing. I mean, I learn something new every single day. Regardless of how big the text size is on his phone or isn't on his phone, it really is a tremendous pleasure to be able to work with him each and every day.
Well, Ben, thank you for joining us on the LCPTV Halftime Show. You've done a great job with Fire Athletics, and looking forward to watching the boys basketball team this fall.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Back to you guys.
It's not even close.
Hey Flyers,
I'm Brady Gatis.
And I'm Marshall Elston.
And this is the rundown for the week of September 5th, 2025.
A lot's been going on this week, so let's jump right into it.
Archer, did you go to the football game Friday?
I did. The pipeline really stepped up this year.
I agree. Annalie Turner tells us more.
A new school year brings new and improved school spirit. I went around to our spirit leaders to see what new changes are being made.
I'm on Pipeline this year, and we encourage kids to come before the game to tailgate with something we're hosting for Pipeline and after the game.
Yo, I'm DJ Tran, and I'm excited for the new booth in the gym. I'm going to be up there for pep rallies, basketball games, or volleyball games, and I'm really excited.
Go on, wait.
This summer, all of the cheerleaders got together and we painted banners for all of the games that we would hang around the school and take to the football games. And then also this year, we're instituting pep rallies before each home game to get the spirit started and to keep it going throughout the day for the game.
That all sounds so much fun. I'm so excited to see this year's school spirit. This has been Annalie Turner.
So Brady, how was the senior retreat?
It was great. Our class had a lot of fun.
That's great. I want to hear more about it. Here's Presley Walker.
This past Thursday was our seniors' very last retreat with Loyola.
I had so much fun, but let's go see how it went for everyone else.
So yesterday was our last retreat together at Loyola as seniors, and I really enjoyed it. We did a lot of bonding together as classmates. We did like balloon popping, a little game that we did, and we had talks on about friendship and our lives after Loyola when we graduate. And we had mass as usual, and it was awesome. May Graff sang, and she sang really well, and it was just a really fun experience.
The senior retreat was great. I had a really good time.
I got closer with God, and it was really fun.
I really appreciate the opportunity to be here today. You know, these young men and women, senior flyers at Loyola College Prep, are super talented, and they are the best and the brightest, and they have tremendous opportunities. They're going to awaiting them, you know, in years to come. The challenge for them really is how are they going to build their life, what they're going to build it around. So my message to them is to seek joy by seeking higher things and challenging themselves, that through their careers, through the relationships that they make, and not settling for things that are fun in the moment necessarily, but the things that are really going to make a difference and they'll look back on with pride. I also asked them to think about humor as a way of entering into humility. If you can laugh is the best medicine. They have gone through difficult times. They're going to go through more, and they need to make sure that they have a way to laugh, and particularly be able to laugh at themselves. We're all sinful. We're all mortals. We all make mistakes. But if I can laugh at myself and open myself up in a vulnerable way, then I can then ask for help from Jesus Christ, from my friends and family when I need it, instead of keeping it bottled up inside of me, thinking I have to be perfect.
I'm so glad to hear that it went well for everyone. Thank you for joining me for this segment. This has been Presley Walker. Bye!
Archer, have you met the new PE and robotics teacher?
I haven't. Didn't he work at St. Joseph?
He did, and here's Michaela Morales to tell us more.
As some of you may know, we have a new PE and robotics teacher here at Loyola. His name is Coach Zach Schonfarber, also known as Coach C. Let's go get to know him a little more.
I'm Zach Schonfarber. Been coaching here for 5 years. It's my first year teaching at Loyola. I graduated here in 2015. Previously, I was at St. Joseph's Catholic School the last 3 years, teaching PE there and coaching basketball. For college, I went to Louisiana Tech University, studied kinesiology. Also worked with the men's basketball team when I was there, and was a graduate assistant for about 5 years. Ben Schonfarber is my brother. He's athletic director here. He's my only brother. From Shreveport originally, been here my whole life. Super excited about being here at Loyola and teaching and coaching here throughout the season.
It's been so fun getting to know Coach C. This has been Michaela Morales.
Hey Brady, are you ready for the big game tonight?
Yeah, I'm really excited to wear my pirate costume.
Me too. Here's Lexi Henderson to give us the sports recap.
Hi Flyers, welcome back to this week's sports report. Volleyball, cross country, and football have a lot going on, so let's get into it. All right, go. The volleyball girls had a busy week on the court. They faced off against Byrd on Tuesday night and took on a hard loss. They took on PCA last night and won. The team worked hard in both matchups, showing grit and determination throughout the week. Cross country will kick off their season with their first meet tomorrow at the Aggie Cross Country Invitational. Tonight, the varsity football boys take on St. Fred's at 7 o'clock right here at home. This is our rivalry Catholic matchup and also the Bishop Cup. The theme for the night is Pirates, so come out, show your spirit, and we will see everybody there. That's it for this week's sports report. This has been Lexi Hendrickson.
That's all for this week's rundown.
Don't forget to show up to the game against St. Fred's tonight.
Bye.
Hey Flyers,
I'm Brady.
At Christus Health, something very important drives us to keep pushing the boundaries of medicine and care with new technologies and programs. It's the reason we continue to expand into new communities each year, bringing more physicians, more services, and more care closer to more people. So what could be that important? You. Your health, your life, our purpose. Christus Health.
How does your bank define local? At Home Federal, it means being here in Shreveport and Bossier since the doors opened in 1924. It means surviving and thriving alongside our customers through the good times and the bad. Since our beginning, Home Federal has been a part of Shreveport-Bossier. Our roots are here. Our headquarters are here. Decisions are made here. That's how we define local. Home Federal Bank, a better way.
Calvary 10, Oak Grove 0 at halftime. Washita 24, Catherine Street 12 at halftime. Airline 28, Barb 13 at halftime. Minden 35, Mansfield 14 at halftime. Manny 14, Logansport 13 at halftime. North DeSoto 25, Union Parish 3 at halftime. Santa Mont 28, Captain Shreve 6 at, Bird 6 at halftime. Parkway 35, Carroll 0 in the second quarter. Glenbrook 49, Magnolia School of Excellence 6 in the second quarter. Bossier 28, North Caddo 12 in the second quarter. Homer 28, Houghton 20 at halftime. Booker T. Washington 28, Lakeview 0 at halftime. Taking a break. Green Oaks 8, Woodlawn 0 in the first quarter.
Welcome back to Messler Stadium. It's been a nice night for the Flyers so far here in the first game of the season. The Flyers lead it 27-7 over at St. Frederick, looking to bring the Bishop's Cup back home to Shreveport after a one-year hiatus. First half stats we got for you. Mason Drake has run the ball 7 times for 113 yards. Touchdown. Nice yards per carry average there, John. Bryce Restovich, 8 for 12 for 129 yards. And 1 touchdown. Remember?
Score a touchdown.
Yeah, so Flyers looking really good so far here in the first half. They looked a little shaky to start in the first quarter, but settled in. Offense found its rhythm, and the defense has gotten several big stops here in the first half and a couple of turnovers. And then a big kickoff return by Ty Walsworth to stretch it back to 20. So John, what do you expect to see out of the Flyers here in the second half?
All right, so number one, you just told me that Bryce Restovich is 8 for 12. There's 2, about 3 drops early in the first quarter while Flyers are really paying the ball. Maybe one that maybe deep to Brock Jeter that might have been just a little bit high, but everything else has been on the money. And again, it's been efficient play calling. They've been using Bryce, as you said, 8 completions for 120 yards. One of those was probably 40 yards to Walsworth. So it's been, getting efficient passing going. That's exactly what you need to be doing in this game. You need to get Bryce going. He is, as they say, the straw that stirs the drink. And that is a very efficient first half. You take into account that Bryce ran the ball, even if it was for 10 yards. He may have had 10, 15 yards of total rushing yards. He's got 2 first downs by getting just 3 or 4 yards and sliding, not taking the hit. Again, that is what you want to see. Efficient. Shorter passes have opened up the opportunity to go deep. This is what you really want to kind of see from your leader. The Flyers are going to go as far as the quarterback and these wide receivers and this running back are going to take them. And that is a very efficient first half.
We're about set here to get the second half underway.
We want to have a chance to thank our 2025 corporate sponsors. Chris's Shreveport Bossier
Flyers will be kicking here to start the second half. They
Access MD,
kickoff
Wellness by
to begin the game.
Graph Orthodontics, Architects, Oral, and Maxillofacial Surgery.
Well, one thing that I made mention earlier in the telecast.
Attention Flyer fans. Mark your calendars for Flyer Giving Day on September 25th. This year you can choose where your gift goes. Toward the annual fund, community scholarship, or help us bring a new scoreboard to Mesmer Stadium. Join us in making a difference on September 25th.
Type of person, a senior leader that people just kind of rally behind. You really have that lightning personality out of this senior group so much. And somebody's going to end up needing to be that throughout the season. Your leaders don't have to always be seniors, but it's always nice when people fall behind somebody. And right now, I told you in the first quarter, you didn't really see much liveliness on the sidelines at all. And what I'd really like to see is it be a little bit more enthusiastic.
Coach Mitchell has Bartador squibbling that time effectively as well, because it'll make its way down to the 24, and that's where St. Frederick's will have it. Guerrero's the one that fell on it for St. Frederick's, and there is a man down over there, and it looks like he's cramping. That's looks like that was number 13, Colby Remington. He's had a couple of nice returns tonight.
We talked about at the top of the telecast, that would not be surprising. We just commented at halftime about how warm it still is, even though the sun is down. I would not be surprised if that's the last cramp that we saw tonight.
Malloy under center, and he's going to pull that one back, and he's going to keep it himself, and he's got no one left. Here we go with Taylor again, the last man to beat, And he can't get it done this time. Malloy, touchdown. Wow. Well, that's a shell shock for the Flyer defense. Michael Malloy goes 76 yards on the opening play for St. Frederick's and scores a touchdown. If you were trying to get back into this one, if you're a Warriors fan, that's the way to do it.
Well, you can see, I think part of the defense gave up thinking that the dive was the play, and the quarterback held it. In fact, the quarterback got tackled, and the quarterback pulled the ball right in. And so I don't think the defense
Harrison's right for the extra point.
Balls for the extra point. Oh, they got it. They went through. It looked like Jeter maybe even tipped that.
Really a great effort by Brock Jeter. He's come around that end very fast.
He's almost gone there a couple of times.
But I just want to go back to that. Again, we kind of talked about this. This is an option offense. The most effective plays have been in the option. Your defense has to know their responsibilities. And so even if the dive play is going on, there's somebody that is responsible for the quarterback. Be it the defensive end,
We have winners of the tennis
or the linebacker.
First place goes to
There's no excuse for him to be able to
Second
come
place
off
to Mackenzie Cole.
and nobody
Third
be
place
in
to
that
Logan
spot
Watt.
to help out.
Report to the concession stand to pick up your prize. Thanks for participating.
Black and McKenzie back to receive for the Flyers. We'll find out if St. Frederick's is willing to risk kicking it to one of the other players on the Flyer field in the next line.
Attention, they got Wyatt Lofton in the middle.
McKenzie.
Maybe he might be the safest
to receive.
And he may do it again. Ty Walsworth, one man to beat. Tie. Touchdown, Flyers. Ty Walsworth said, "Are you kidding me? You're going to give me the ball again? I'm just going to score again."
St. Fred player down. Again, you got to give Walsworth a lot of credit there. He set St. Frederick up. He acted like he was going to go left just like he did before. He paused, block set up, and then he did the race to the right side.
That's another cramp issue on the side out for St. Frederick.
We just got scored on. We needed to capitalize. It wasn't supposed to go that way, though, was it? No, sir, it wasn't. We were supposed to follow our blockers, but I saw a hole and took it.
He's okay.
You got another one in you? Oh, yes, sir. Sir, I'm waiting for it.
Just like that, John, we've tacked on 14 points on this total in this game, and we hadn't even gotten it down below 11 minutes in the third quarter.
Yeah, that might be a record. 31 seconds, and that hasn't happened many times. Tell you, I can imagine that Coach Sherrod is discussing his defense about their read responsibilities too.
Barnador set to attempt the extra point. Pretty smooth. Kick is good. The new score, Flyers 33, St. Frederick's 14. We're going to go to sideline for Art Carmen.
Flyers take momentum right back. When we talked about in the pregame show, special teams are the most dangerous plays in high school football, and the Flyers have been very excited about Tyler Walsworth all fall camp. They knew he had speed, and he's shown it tonight. Get the ball in his hands, good things will happen. Flyers take momentum back. up 33-14 early in the second half. Back to you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ty Wadsworth became the first Flyer in history to record 2 kickoff returns for a touchdown in the same game.
We've just learned that Ty Wadsworth, with that second return for a touchdown, is the first Loyola player in the history of Loyola football to return 2 straight kicks for touchdowns. Wow. That's the way to break your maiden if you're Ty Wadsworth. Remember, this is his first high school football game ever.
Well, it's also nice when you're the specials team coach and you can go in and say, yeah, my special team.
St. Frederick's will have it 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. In a wild, woolly offensive score fest to start the second half. Not exactly how we started the first half. The points are slowly beginning to add up. Not so soon as the way you're expecting. Boyd, who was last seen running for 76 for a touchdown, hands it off this time to O'Neal. And he'll pick up a pedestrian 3 yards, all things considered. Tyner on the stop for Loyola.
2nd and 7 from the 32.
Again, if I was triple option is around the best thing they've got going.
Cooper's going to take the pitch. He looks right where he's had some success tonight, but not on this play. Flyer defense swarms to the tackle. They're going to give him the line of scrimmage. Ivy was the first one there. Again, make it 3rd down and 7.
Running back is looking for whatever spots he can get. And he's going to take whatever opportunity he can. If Ivy is up the field right there, he's going to create that center. Very nice job of shooting right around the screen, controlling and then leading the running back.
The 39. Looks downfield, has man passes incomplete. That was battered away. Great job by the Flyer defense. They get a 3 and out.
4th and 7.
And the Flyers are going to get it back right here.
McKenzie in black, deep to receive.
Herky did a nice job right there closing. Again, it was a very quick route, and he stayed up to play that wide receiver tight.
Pass snap, Corral. Again, the Flyers almost got a hand on it. And McKenzie tries to field it, and he just runs it out of bounds at the 38. And that's what Flyers will have it 1st and 10.
McKenzie on the return from the 38. No yardage on the return. 30-yard punt. Flyer ball at the 38-yard line.
9:43 left here in the 3rd. Flyers lead it by 20, 34-14. David Baker, John Conway, Art Carmody running the sidelines. And bring you all the action from Messmer Stadium all year. Hopefully, for a much cooler Messmer Stadium next time we talk to you. About to melt up here. Vestovich looks to throw, goes deep. Pass is incomplete. Really didn't have anybody. Just kind of threw that one up for grabs.
I'm curious.
Pass intended for McKenzie. There's a flag on the play.
Intended for McKenzie.
I'm curious about what that call is.
Interference is the call on the Warriors. That'll be a 15-yard
pass interference.
penalty. It'll be flag
called
ball.
against
First and 10.
the Warriors.
At the 47 of St. Frederick.
After they walk it off, it's going to be across midfield at the St. Fred's 47.
The play went in the Flyers' favor, but I really like the wide side of the field here.
They're going to say 48. First and 10 Flyers just across midfield now. Hand off to Drake, who's had a really nice night, and he'll pick up 2 yards right there. Second and 8.
Right play call right there.
Mason Drake carries for 3 yards.
A single deep safety to a safety look. And the Flyers did a good job of that's a nice kind of go and try to hand off. Mason almost was able to break that.
Pass complete.
Pass complete to
McKenzie on the reception. It's a gain of 4.
To the 42.
Bring up third and
for the Flyers at the 42 of St. Frederick.
Holding the down marker. Looks like he's a little behind. Pretty hard right now.
Looks like it's about 3.5 yards.
Allsworth goes in motion. Lesovich rolls right. And we're going to get a holding penalty. With a nice run up to the 45. It will be good enough for a first down, but a flag's thrown in the area of holding in backfield.
Holding is a call against the Flyers.
Exactly what it is.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Mason Drake did his job. He took on linebacker that was blitzing, and Bryce really did a good job of recognizing that. And
10-yard penalty against the Flyers will make it a 3rd and 13 from their own 48.
So 3rd and 13 now. Flyers need the 38-yard line of St. Frederick's for a first. 8:16 left here in the third. And it looks like, again, kind of similar to what happened in the first. I mean, they're going to wave it off.
No, he can't be waving that. What are you talking about?
We have one last
two people.
feature flyer group. The St. John's Cardinals give it up for him.
The near side official, look at him with his hands up, kneeling, waving it off.
Still 3rd and 13.
He saw it and called it, and this guy just comes in waving it off. Wow. We've done this long enough, John.
How they didn't call that right there. Clearly best football.
Lesovich complete to Black. Black will step out of bounds at the 38-yard line, and that's going to be right on the line of game.
Got it. 38-yard line.
They're going to say first down, Flyers.
That's enough for a...
Yes, sir. First down.
Flyer. Great job, St. John's.
Looks like there's some confusion.
Flyer.
I don't know what, again.
First down.
Just don't seem to be on the same page. I guess, it's their first game too this year. So.
And it's hot out. And it's hot out there. And, takes a toll on everybody.
All right, after all that, 1st and 10 Flyers from the St. Frederick's 38-yard line. Already lead by 20, 34-14. To add to that total. Restovich, again to Black, complete. Down to the 31-yard line.
To Jake Black.
At the
7-yard gain.
Gain of 7.
Down
Second
and 7.
3.
I like that. Again, that's really one-on-one. When you have two deep safeties like that and you're making those quick throws, it's basically one-on-one. Your wide receiver versus your corner. I like the play call. Very efficient.
Ellsworth again in motion. And Restovich is going to go down this time. Got that time.
Restovich sacked on the play.
By Wyatt Poland. Poland got in there quick and got Restovich in the backfield. It's going to be a 6-yard loss. Make it 3rd and 9.
And Mason did all he could. Come in and just tear that up.
Again, complete to Black, and he's fortunate that time that they didn't get that picked and run the other way. Grady Guerrero was about 1 centimeter away from getting in front of that one, but as it is, it's a 17-yard gain and a Flyer first down.
And again, that's a one-on-one situation. Like we just talked about, the safeties no help over there, and so that's the way to be efficient with your offense.
Mason Drake's going to take a turn. Wow, 3 yards. And 2nd down.
Mason Drake.
7. So methodical drive here by the Flyers.
2nd and 7.
Good combination of moving the chains and burning some time off the clock. Exactly what you want to do with a 20-point lead midway through the 3rd. It's complete to Black. Boy, they're wearing that one out, and Black again with a nice game. Look at that one down to the 4-yard line. It'll be another first down for the Flyers, and a 1st and goal situation coming up.
Again, they did a nice job. They did that out of the trip set right there. Got a good block from Charlie McKenzie and Ty Walsworth.
1st and goal for the Flyers.
We've got another player cramping for the Warriors. Tell you now, kudos to the Flyer training staff. We've seen multiple times already in this game where St. Frederick's players have to be attended to for cramping, which is generally a dehydration issue, and I haven't seen it happen one time for the Flyers tonight. So somebody's doing a good job with their hydrating on the Flyer sideline.
One thing that's different about the Flyers is as many people going both ways for the Flyers as we've seen in the past. I mean, just last year, Rudishevsky and Ebar, they never came out of the game, it seemed like. And thankfully, the Flyers have personnel that allows kids to get rest and get hydrated. You know, this is what we talked about at the beginning of the telecast. It kind of felt like the conditions may cause this kind of situation. And of course, St. Frederick's got 4 kids having to go both ways, and so there's shooting effects on their team.
You're right about playing both ways. Clearly, St. Frederick's has several players that are playing both sides. I'm not sure Loyola has. Have we seen any? I'm sure somebody has, but it hasn't jumped off the page.
Yeah, there might be. You're right, Dave. I'm not sure that anybody has.
They had Ty Walsworth playing some safety at one point. I'm not sure he has tonight or not.
That side.
Pass is incomplete. He had him in the back of the end zone.
Oh, yeah,
that time he wanted Jeter.
If he had waited one more second, he had Jake Black.
Block Jeter, there's timeout on the field.
And we're at the 6-minute timeout here in the 3rd quarter. Flyers lead at 34-14. We'll be right back. You're watching Flyer Football on LCP TV.
At Christus Health, something very important drives us to keep pushing the boundaries of medicine and care with new technologies and programs. It's the reason we continue to expand into new communities each year, bringing more physicians, more services, and more care closer to more people. So what could be that important? You. Your health, your life, our purpose. Christus Health.
How does your bank define local? At Home Federal, it means being here in Shreveport and Bossier since the doors opened in 1924. It means surviving and thriving alongside our customers through the good times and the bad. Since our beginning, Home Federal has been a part of Shreveport and Bossier. Our roots are
Welcome
here.
back. 6 minutes left here in the third. Flyers knocking on the door, looking to extend their 20-point lead. Just a little past halfway through the third. Second and goal from the 4. A little Mason Drake right here.
I believe you're going to get it, David.
There he is. And there he goes. Touchdown Flyers! Mason Drake for a 4-yard touchdown run. And the Flyers extend the lead to 40-14 with 5:55 left here in the third quarter.
Very efficient drive right there. There's a lot that you're going to take from that as your offense coordinator, as your head coach, players just believing in what they need to do.
Barnador's kick is good. So you need to score. Flyers 41, St. Frederick's 14. And we go to Art Barney on the sideline.
Been all Flyers in the third quarter. Coach Sell at halftime mentioned that he wanted the team in the second half to continue wearing down St. Frederick's, and that's what they're doing. Mason Drake taking it in from a goal situation, taking a big lead here. So we'll see if the Flyers start trying to get in some of the backups, get some of the young guys from reps here as we get ready in the third quarter, headed to the fourth. Back to you guys.
Welcome back to Mesmer Stadium. Flyers commanding 41-14 lead. About 5 minutes to go, 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Just want to make a comment on that last extra point. At the holder, it was Joshua Pregame. He did a nice job of getting that ball down.
Barnador's kick fielded at the 35. Yards up to the 49-yard line.
And they're trying to throw a lot of different kicks at St. Frederick's. It's not a bad time to be working on these things. I'm sure Coach Mitchell wants to see what Cooper Barnador can do with the different types of kick. He's been very effective with some of his angle kick. That one right there kind of stayed up. I think he probably wanted it to try to take a big kick and come up.
St. Frederick's with good starting field position here. Hand it off to O'Neal. O'Neal running hard still. Pick up 5 yards, make it second down and 5.
O'Neal carries. Lofton and Horton make the stop. We have a man down on the field.
I believe this is the third or fourth time that somebody's cramped on St. Fred's.
We can tell the number. This is just kind of part of the experience early on in the year in high school football season in Louisiana. It's hot, it's humid, it's muggy.
It makes a point that in years past, our team has been, seems like the 35 to 45 players. Our sideline looks to have more people on it than in years past. And as we talked about, if you've got kids that are ready to play, sparing people from cramping up and being out of the game, I can't even tell you how many years past we've seen. Important people that play both ways, they're going to crank up and be out of the game for a significant period of time.
Turn to action. It'll be 2nd and 5. And we're going to get another stoppage here. Looks like they're going to say that St. Frederick is lined up both sides.
Well, I didn't see a flag ever thrown. He just came to blow the whistle and threw it, didn't he?
Near side official. He threw it. It's just right on the 5. You can't see it.
But he was right. They actually had lined up in front of the football.
At the 48 of the Warriors.
So after the penalty, it'll be 2nd down and 10. That time by Archer Ashbrook. Ashbrook picks up about 6 yards. 3rd down and 4.
Ashbrook carries. Tackles made by Salmons and Lofton.
Salmons with a nice tackle there. Lofton cleaning it out.
That's a gain
that play has been very
6.
effective.
It's 3rd and 4.
St. Fred, the fullback has to run with a lot of power. He has done a very good job.
Cooper will take the pitch. Cooper started out like a house of fire tonight, and he's been slowed considerably as the night's worn on. He picks up 3 yards, and that's not going to be enough for a first. Really 4th and 1.
A nice job by defensive end Wyatt Lofton, kind of standing up. He turned it back in, and Hayden Horton really did a nice job because he tried to elude Hayden jumping to the right and almost broke Hayden's tackle, but Hayden was able to get him down on the ground.
Here we go, 4th and 1.
Imagine this is going to be a dive, David. Good bet.
And there's O'Neal, and he'll get it. He'll get it down to the 40. He'll get it with room to spare. That's about a 4-yard gain. So 1st and 10 now for St. Frederick's from the Flyer 39.5. 3 minutes, 50 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Flyers lead at 41-14. Ashbrook on the carry and went nowhere because Fade Ivy put the bear hug on him and slung him backwards after maybe, I say went nowhere, he got a couple of yards.
That's good, but again,
2nd down and 8.
Let's Fade Ivy a strong safety and taking a dive. His responsibility is going to be the quarterback, so I can't imagine that there's not going to be a quarterback holding the ball and one of the options coming up to see it if they're looking inside too much.
Cooper takes the pitch, runs right, picks up 6 yards.
Cooper's the ball carrier. Fade Ivy with the tackle once again at the 33.
All said and done.
Maybe the 32.
Ivy did a good job.
Gain of
That's a good
5,
play to make.
3rd and 3 for the 32.
Our defense does their job that time and keeps. Let's see, that was Ashbrook short of the first down line. They give him the 31, so he's again. Here we are with another 4th and 1.
Really does a fantastic job by Grant Salmons coming from that defensive tackle position. That's where, you know, if you can get your tackles getting in on plays on those dives, you know, it takes a lot of pressure. But you got, you know, it's hard because you got to get off those internal blocks. Hayden Horton did a nice job of reading that as well.
4th and 1. Hands off again to Ashcroft, and this time it's going to be a lot closer, but he got enough. Picked up maybe 1.5 yards, all he needed was 1. Excuse me, that was ball carry.
Make the stop. It is enough for a 1st down, a gain of 2.
Clock now continues to move. They get the chain set. 1:41 left here in the 3rd quarter. St. Frederick's methodically moving the ball down the field. And that time Rucconi again busts a big run. That's his 2nd one of the night. He takes that one down to the Flyers' 7-yard line. That's about a 20-yard gain. And St. Frederick's will have it in a goal-to-go situation, 1st and goal from the 7. And we have another player down. This one's a Flyer. And let's see. Yeah, looks like they're not stretching him out quite yet. Hopefully it's nothing worse than cramp.
Injured Flyer is Hayden Horton.
Hayden Horton. That looks like a little more than a cramp, unfortunately. So hopefully Hayden get to the sideline and find out what's going on and get back soon.
Yeah, it appears really a leader on this defense. It is Hayden. He's been one of those high-volume tacklers for the last couple of years.
This is kind of like one of those situations where let's see what happens with St. Frederick's possession here. They put it on the ground. They fall back on it. They'll lose maybe a yard and a half right there.
By Malloy. Loss of 2. 2nd and goal.
Especially when you see a play like that.
From the 9.
You start thinking about where taking some players in for your start.
This heat, certainly something I'm thinking about in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, Rucconi running hard, dragging Flyers all the way down, and he scored. Touchdown for St. Frederick. Hard running again by Luke Rucconi.
For his 2nd touchdown
Effectively tonight, and his few opportunities they've given him.
Very effective. Running really hard.
9-yard
When they go back and
touchdown
look at the film
by
tonight,
Rucconi.
St. Frederick will probably think about giving him the ball a little more.
Ruts for the extra point.
It sure did look like He was blocking the back on the edge. Jeter looked like he was about to block that easily, and he got shoved 2 hands in the back. But nonetheless, back to a 20-point lead, 41-21. 35 seconds left here in the third quarter.
I do like the effort that Brock is putting out and out. Again, you sit there thinking about a game that's a 20-point game. Some people might not be putting out that kind of effort. They've seen it on numerous extra points. But he's trying to get that block PAT.
Basketball, be in this similar situation, big lead, fourth quarter. You want to get your starters out of the game. I mean, A, because you don't want them to get hurt. B, because you want to get your young guys some playing time. They got to learn sometime. But when your group gives up a touchdown drive like that, or in basketball you give up a big run to the other team and let them close the gap, now you can't do it. Now you got to leave them in. And I don't know how Coach Sell is. Every coach has his own way of doing things, obviously. I know that used to really upset me because I feel like my team didn't do their job right there. They kind of let their eased up on the gas a little bit and it cost them. Let it go out of bounds. And it was last touch by a St. Frederick's player, so that knocked it out of bounds. That'll be a penalty, and the Flyers will have good field position to start this possession.
That really was a very effective kick.
Took a last, kind of that last big hop that you always want to see.
Let's get it up for the Loyola Dread Line.
But again, you have a St. Frederick team. You have part of that drive turn around and play defense right now. I mean, this is really
Ball spotted at the 42-yard line. First down, Flyers.
Offense's rest to try to put the defense into a bind.
Looks to throw. Pass is complete to Jeter. Jeter breaks a couple of tackles and runs it up to the 45-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3.
Brock Jeter on the reception.
Second down and
to the
7.
45. A gain
The
of 3.
Flyers want to. They can
second down and 7.
Change in. Let's see what Coach Sella decides to do here.
Make a tired defense play one more play.
Exactly what they're going to do. Mason Drake, another nice hole. Offensive line sure has done a good job giving him holes to run through tonight. They'll take that one across midfield down to the 46. It's a 10-yard gain and a Flyer first down.
It'll be a first down.
That'll be
for the Flyers.
the last play of the third quarter. Last 2 seconds. Take off.
That's the
end of the third. Flyers lead it 41-21. They'll have a fresh set of downs when we come back to start the fourth. You're watching Flyer football on LCP TV.
Ron Sarge. At Christus Health, something very important drives us to keep pushing the boundaries of medicine and care with new technologies and programs. It's the reason we continue to expand into new communities each year, bringing more physicians, more services, and more care closer to more people. So what could be that important? You. Your health, your life, our purpose. Christus Health.
How does your bank define local? At Home Federal, it means being here in Shreveport and Bossier since the doors opened in 1924. It means surviving and thriving alongside our customers through the good times and the bad. Since our beginning, Home Federal has been a part of Shreveport Bossier. Our roots are here. Our headquarters are here. Decisions are made here. That's how we define local. Home Federal Bank, a better way.
So the Flyers make the very short walk to the other side of midfield. First play of the third quarter is the fourth quarter is a 9-yard run by Mason Drake.
For St. Frederick, second and one.
I really like them running the football. When you're tired, the last thing you want is somebody else leading you. The offense is doing the defensive line right now.
Mason Drake is already working on a great night. And here he goes again. Mason Drake. Another big run. Makes a couple of guys miss. Mason Drake down to the 1-yard line. Great run again by Mason Drake. 35 yards, and the Flyers have it first and goal from the 1.
Again, I say it all the time. Waiting for his blocks, bursting through the hole, and finishing with power. He carried people there. That's 8 to 10 yards.
Let's see if they reward him here with the cherry on the Sunday. They will try anyway, and he got it. Touchdown, Flyers! Mason Drake adding to the total. And the Flyers jump up to a 47-21 lead here at the beginning of the fourth quarter. 1-yard touchdown run by Mason Drake.
I really like it. I like that very efficient way of using your offensive line against a tired defensive line.
I'll tell you what, after that run, John, Mason Drake has got to be knocking on the door of a 200-yard game. He's well over 150 anyway. Warnador's kick is good. So 11:09 left here in the fourth. Flyers leading 48-21. And we're going to 21. We're going to go to Art Carmody. Nope, doesn't look like it. Art's vocal cords must be worn out from all this scoring going on.
Probably no comments left and praise to the rest you said. Mason Drake again. Mason Drake again.
Interesting, depending on how this possession goes for St. Frederick. Could sell straight with Mason if he's shot 200-yard game. They'll let him try to get it.
Imagine he's going to depend on what the defense is doing. We've seen St. Frederick's. I like what St. Frederick's did. If they were not running their option, especially that dive, they might have given up a couple more drives. They might be even further back than they are. They're being very efficient with their offense, even though they're down, multiple scores.
Ashbrook receives the kick and runs it out.
The return is by Ashbrook. Tackle is made by Blake Restovich.
Fresh set of downs.
And it's nice to see number 44 coming out. Really nice to see Hayden's back out on the field.
That's great to see. First and 10 Warriors, 11:03 left. They trail by 27. They'll hand it off. No, that's Malloy's going to keep that one. Looked like he handed it to him, but he didn't. And it'll be a 7-yard carry before JT Taylor forces him out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
Timeout on the field.
We get another timeout on the field right here. I think this is that's a timeout for an injury, so he may want to think better of another attempt at a return to this one.
You can just see right there the St. Fred's offensive lineman. These conditions are certainly tough. Down the field,
So Mason Drake currently is sitting on 14 carries for 177 yards and 3 TDs. So 23 yards shot of a 200-yard game. If he was on your high school fantasy team this week, you're doing good.
Delay of game called on St. Frederick. They'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 37.
You want your opponents to expect all aspects of your offense.
2nd and 8 now. Roy looks downfield, passes. Intercepted! Pass intercepted, but there is a flag.
Well, that's going to be. If he calls that for pass interference, I'm really sad because the receiver never was looking for the ball. He was actually trying to block Ivy. And so they may say that there's illegal contact by Ivy, but the receiver was actually initiating on it. Yeah, so he waved it out.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
There's no flag on the play. Interception by Faith Ivy.
Good job by Ivy that time.
I was concerned about that flag.
So after the turnover, the Flyers have it 1st and 10 on the St. Frederick's 48. And we'll see if Mason Drake can pick up that magic 23 yards he needs.
And St. Fred's coach, of course, wants an explanation on that. But it was pretty obvious that, he was making notes, trying to catch the ball.
Mason Drake's not going to get the opportunity to pick up that 23 yards because he is no longer in the game. Tyler Moore steps in at the running back position for the Flyers. I think Coach Saul made the right call there, despite the fact that it's hard to do when the players have a game like that. But long season.
And the guy was blocking me, and I saw the ball, and I just went to the ground and went for it. And I caught it, came up with it in my hands. The flag was offensive pass interference. He was blocking me because I was reading his route, and the quarterback slipped through it, and I dropped down and got on it and made the play.
Good job, man. I'll tell you one thing, talk about film. We're going to show Will Stewart driving the defender 25 yards down the field.
Number 5,
Carson Ward in at quarterback as well. So the Flyers deciding to give their backups a run here. And Ward nearly had a good one there. It was good coverage, though, that time.
It was. That ball was kind of hanging up just a little bit.
Ward's pass is incomplete.
There's a lot of time left in this game. St. Fred's has got to be going down. We just ran
2nd down from the 37.
12 yards. So
2nd and 10. Breaking tackles, Tyler Moore! Touchdown! Flyers! 37 yards off right tackle, Tyler Moore!
Well, I was just saying that, and of course St. Fred's is tired, and you just saw it right there. One of the safeties came up to try to tackle him, and Moore just kind of ran through him. And you know part of it is fatigue, and part of it is Moore's size.
Got a Flyer down. The whole team is gathered around. That's usually never a good sign. We'll see. I hate to speculate.
I think I saw a leg extended and pushing on the foot.
Okay. Well, that's obviously the best case scenario. There you go.
Ryan Sykes being helped to the field.
Former Southfield Eagle.
He's done a nice job of opening holes, and as we talk about the entire offensive line.
Cooper Varnador for the extra point.
Varnador, who's been a very busy man tonight, set to attempt yet another extra point. kick. Good. 10:02 left here in the fourth. Flyers now lead it 55. And Art Carney's going to talk to us. Art.
Tyler Moore just put the finishing touches, I think, on this one tonight, as St. Frederick's had wanted no part of trying to tackle him. Great touchdown run for the youngster. Flyers will be back in action in 2 weeks. If we have to cut this game to go to our regular scheduled programming, look for the game on LCP TV Extra. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Art. 10 minutes left here in the football game. Flyers commanding 55-21 lead. Flyer second unit, for the most part, is fully in at this point. Getting a good look at some future Flyers, and he got a great look there at Tyler Warrens. Ran it in from long distance. Excuse me, Tyler Moore, what am I saying? Kicks received at the 15-yard line. And turned up to the 33. We get our first comfortable breeze of the night.
You know, anybody who's watched these telecasts, especially the last year, it's not surprising to watch more
from the 16-yard line to the 33.
It's been fun to watch him during the games, and he just runs
by Avery Smith
with
and
such
Blake
power.
Restovich.
And you know, he runs pretty straight up. Don't really lower his shoulders much. He is just a big kid who can run through people.
The handoff goes to Daryl Cooper.
Tackle in the backfield
Slowed down in the backfield by Salmons. He'll lose maybe a yard right there. Maybe even two.
Spotted at the
I'm going to call it two.
A loss of 2.
Second and 12.
That was actually a fly ball to him. But, backfield, by who's ever coming from the backside right there.
Pitches to Cooper again. Cooper to the 35, and that's about it. He'll pick up 4 yards on the carry, but it's still going to be 3rd and 8.
Carries, he's tackled by Hayden Horton.
So Hayden Horton, who left the game a couple of times already tonight, makes the tackle right there.
It'll be 3rd down and 8 from the 35.
Fake Ivy comes up and takes out the lead blocker, forcing him inside. Hayden Horton. That's the way you need to play.
Defense! 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 Defense!
O'Neal stays on his feet. He's able to fight for an extra 2 yards. And that's about it. So the punt unit for St. Frederick's is going to come out.
O'Neal, the ball carrier. Horton and Blackman make the stop.
Horton again on the tackle, but along with Blackman.
Oh, nice job. It was Horton. It was
Ball is at the 33.
I believe that was Cooper Hurd in the middle of that as well. Really, there were 4 Flyer defenders on that tackle.
After a little bit of discussion, it's going to make it 4th and 6. Doesn't seem to change the equation for the Warriors. They still look like they're going to punt it away. And Black and McKenzie back to receive Flyers. It looks like they're just going to kick it out of bounds. And that's exactly what they do. Official's going to mark that at the 39-yard line of the Flyers. Let's see what the Flyers can do with it with 6:54 left here in the football game.
Yeah, I mean, body language is saying everything at this point. You can just see how tired that St. Fred's players are. How you fight, you have to go both ways, and they've had some scores and there's no doubt that these conditions are wearing them down.
First down from the 39. Ward and Moore in the backfield. Ward hands it to Moore, and Moore's looking to add to it. Tyler Moore across midfield. Tyler Moore bulldozing his way across the 35 down to 33. That's a 28-yard gain.
33-yard line.
Down to
28 yards.
They're going to call it 33. So Tyler Moore, he may fool around and pick up a 100-yard game in the fourth quarter.
He may get there on his next run. It's funny to see how he just dips his shoulder. He's not dropping anybody. He dips it. He is hard to tackle.
Here he goes again. This time, St. Frederick's does a much better job at corralling. Number 75. So we'll just call him big number 75, John.
We are at the
final 6-minute timeouts. We'll take our last break. 55-21. Good one for the good guys. You're watching Flyer football on LCP TV.
At Christus Health, something very important drives us to keep pushing the boundaries of medicine and care with new technologies and programs. It's the reason we continue to expand into new communities each year, bringing more physicians, more services, and more care closer to more people. So what could be that important? You. Your health, your life, our purpose. Christus Health.
How does your bank define local? At Home Federal, it means being here in Shreveport and Bossier since the doors opened in 1924. It means surviving and thriving alongside our customers through the good times and the bad. Since our beginning,
back in there now.
Blake Restovich.
That's Blake Restovich.
On the carry,
no gain on the play. Making third down and 10. Ward with the hard count. Let's see which team flinched, because it looked like they both did. Yeah, look at Loyola.
Penalty minus 5 yards against the Flyers. It'll be third.
Not sure.
And 15.
Not sure which one the official said.
Let's go with the
Yes.
All right, so third and 15 now. Ward throws incomplete.
Ward's pass incomplete.
He
intended for Thomas Gosley.
Thomas Gosley on that one.
Fourth and 15.
Kind of tight little space, but he did a nice job up there.
Flyers with a 34-point lead.
Alex Mitchell.
Punt this one away. Alex Mitchell. For his second punt of the night. Punters have not been very busy since the beginning of the first quarter for Loyola. inside the 10 down to the 5-yard line. So really nice punt there by Alex Mitchell, pinning
the 6-yard line.
St. Frederick's back deep. They're actually going to mark it on the 6.
37-yard
I
punt.
might have gotten in the end zone and not make a fair catch, but that's going to look good on Alice's catch right there. That's a nice nut.
The worst thing for Alex is if he doesn't punt the ball well, he's got to go and answer to his dad.
I see some cleaner jerseys in there.
It's like 51 William Smith. Hands it off again to Tony. Picks up, looks like about 7 yards.
That's Riccone.
Second and 3.
Tackle on the play by Joshua Lafitte.
Josh Lafitte on the tackle for Loyola.
And that's JT Taylor coming out. Grant Solomon coming out. Here comes Wyatt Lofton coming out.
Moore in now on defense. I've seen his running. And now we're going to see his tackling. Moore with the tackle. About a 1-yard gain on the play.
Riccone again. Tackle by Tyler Moore. At the 15-yard line. Gain of 2, it'll be 3rd and 1.
Nice job, a strong safety.
4 minutes left in the game. 3rd and 1. Still deep inside St. Frederick's territory. Flyers do a great job this time. Riccone stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him the first down, but it was really close.
Riccone carries. He's tackled by number 87, Rhett Craig.
Rhett Craig on the tackle for the Flyers.
That was 4 tackling.
Yeah, it was.
Really nice job.
And this is really important time for these young Flyers because you never know what's going to happen.
1st and 10.
God forbid anything happens to one of the starters in front of them. Any of these guys could get thrust into a really important role as the year progresses. And they need to put some good film together, put some good play on tape for the coaches to consider them when that time or if that time should arise. Gain of 2.
Riccone again. Rhett Craig and William Smith in on the stop.
Craig and Smith on the stop, and is that Riccone that's
Ball
down?
at the 19. A gain of 3. 2nd and 7. Timeout on the field.
We have a timeout on the field. While they deal with that, we will take one more commercial break. 55-21 your score. You're watching Flyer Football on LCP TV.
At Christus Health, something very important drives us to keep pushing the boundaries of medicine and care with new technologies and programs. It's the reason we continue to expand into new communities each year, bringing more physicians, more services, and more care closer to more people. So what could be that important? You. Your health, your life, our purpose. Christus Health.
O'Neal, the ball carrier.
I believe that was Thomas Gosley who got there first. Nice tackle by Gosley.
A fantastic play from that safety position. He came up. It was a nice job. Again, Mason Pavlik took on the lead block and kind of stretched it out to the outside, and then Thomas just came in like a house on fire.
Tackle for loss always looks good in the old stat book, John. 3rd down and 9. Riccone, no, this time he's going to keep it. Does Malloy. And he's brought down by Ellis Wilson. Right, looks like he's about 2 maybe yards shy of a first. So that'll set up a 4th down and short. We'll see if St. Frederick's content to try to go for this. And we got another player down for St. Frederick's.
Bossier 63, North Caddo 25 in the 4th quarter.
Bossier hanging it on North Caddo 63-25 tonight. That's a district game.
Washita 31, Captain Shreve 19 in the 4th quarter.
Captain Shreve taking it on the chin.
Green Oaks 22, Woodlawn 18 in the 4th quarter.
Green Oaks over Woodlawn, another district game.
28 in the 4th quarter. Manny 35, Logansport 13 in the 4th quarter.
Manny 35-14 over Logansport. Logansport will be next week's opponent.
In the 4th quarter. St. Amant 52, Bird 8 in the 4th quarter.
Bird getting walloped.
Airline defeated
City of Bird looking more like a small village tonight.
Parkway defeated Carroll 43-13, and Northwood defeated Benton 49-16.
All right, here we go. 4th. They're going to make it 4th and 2. And that is Tony again. No, that is O'Neal. His better runs of the night.
O'Neal carries. He's tackled by John Foray.
Foray on the tackle for Loyola.
At the 43-yard line. It's an 18-yard gain, and first down for St. Frederick.
46 seconds left, clock ticks. Gotta hand it to St. Frederick's for one thing tonight, John. No matter what the score and situation, they never abandon their game plan. They said, we're going to play that way. A lot of teams would have abandoned that sort of
Lafitte and
they didn't do that.
make the
They
stop.
stayed to what they're true to. And kudos to them for that.
They really did. Nice stop by Joshua Lafitte right there. Might be the last play, David.
We'll see. We got 4 seconds to get it off. And he will. It's going to be a 3-yard run by Archer Ashbrook to wrap this thing up. Your final from here in Mesmer Stadium. Loyola 55, St. Frederick's 21, and the Bishop's Cup will return to Shreveport. We'll be right back in 60 seconds to wrap it up. Watching Flyer football on LCP TV. Welcome back to Mesmer Stadium. It couldn't have gone any better for the Flyers tonight, John. The Flyers take the opening game of the season by 34, a 55-21 win over St. Frederick.
Yeah, I mean, it was a complete game, which is what you want to see. You know, and this is the kind of game that you want your opponents to look at the film and see that they have to contend with everything. I thought that Bryce Restovich was very efficient today. I thought that the question of having 5 new offensive linemen was certainly answered with the way that Mason Drake ran. The way that Mason runs after he breaks the line is a difference maker. And so teams have to respect that as well. And then you kind of saw the new wrinkle, which is the Ty Walsworth part of this. And 3 touchdowns on your first game as a Flyer, showing that you can go deep. I'm absolutely sure that special teams are going to be looking at his ability to take the ball from that up back position and take it to the house. So there's a lot that you have there on tape that you're going to make teams respect what you do. You don't in a game like this. You don't want to show them where you are weak. You want to show that you can do everything. And the Flyers showed that tonight. That's what they needed to show in this game. There was a very good chance that the Flyers were going to win this game against St. Fred's. St. Fred's didn't have quite the numbers, and the Flyers have senior leadership. There are a lot of things that are kind of in their favor in this game, but you got to put it out there and show it. And I think the Flyers did a very good job of that tonight.
Absolutely. Great job by everybody on the Flyer side, coaches, players, trainers. Again, can't get every fight. We saw almost no Flyers transmen tonight when St. Frederick's was seemingly dropping every other play. Somebody. Fantastic job all around. Great environment. Fans came out. As good a student section as we've seen in a long time. Loved the new drum corps. Everybody stayed to the end. I mean, for an opening night football game, just couldn't have done much better. The Flyers now posing with the Bishop's Cup in the end zone right now, signifying its return to Loyola, where it's been for 5 of the last 6 years anyway. It'll come right back now. So great job tonight all around. Next week, the Flyers are at Logansport, September 12th, and then we'll see you right back here on LCP TV on September 19th. That'll be homecoming versus Cedar Creek. So for Art Carmody, John Carmody, I'm David Winkler. Everybody else involved with LCP TV did a great job tonight. Great first game, John. Looking forward to the rest of the season. Final score one more time. Loyola 55, St. Frederick's 21. See you in 2 weeks. You've been watching Fly football on LCP TV.